please join me in welcoming to the stage the Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim, and Her Excellency Razan Mubarak, President of the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Managing Director of the Mohammed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund.
Assalamu alaikum, and it's such a great pleasure to welcome you to this very special session at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, where we really have this great privilege of engaging with one of the most influential voices in global leadership today. As Malaysia's 10th Prime Minister, His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim has demonstrated extraordinary commitment to fostering sustainable development, and really also advocating for justice and reform, showing that you really can't have environmental sustainability without reform and without justice. Under his leadership, Malaysia is championing ambitious initiatives, many of which we have had the honor of learning about during COP28 when we hosted it in 2023. These efforts not only serve as a roadmap for Malaysia, but also hold valuable lessons for the ASEAN and the wider global community, of which we will explore today. Please join me in re-welcoming His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim. Sir, there's a saying, everything in moderation except for moderation itself. How do you manage Malaysia's plans to balance economic growth and environmental sustainability? And what lessons might this offer to other ASEAN countries and nations?
Assalamu alaikum, thank you. It's extremely kind. I would certainly invite you to help me in my campaign in the next round, I think. Now, we are fortunate because Malaysia is a politically stable country, although it's multiracial, multireligious, multicultural. And we are in the region, relatively the most peaceful in the world and fastest growing economy in the world. And the relations between governments, leaders, and peoples of these regions, among neighbors, is excellent. And I think this unique phenomenon has helped us then to chart clear economic policies. I call it Madani because it is comprehensive, it is sustainable, it takes into consideration the new dictates of the times, including energy transition, digital transformation. But at the same time, it caters for the welfare of the ordinary people. So we call it concerns of humanity and issues of values. When I talk about clarity of policies, means we start with, okay, we learn from the UAE. I mean, in all humility, I must accept we don't have all the answers. We choose our trusted friendship with Highness Sheikh Muhammad and colleagues, for example, to then not just start from ground zero. You know, you have had that advance, so we utilize. I gave an example of Zabatul Sultan this year when we visited Sheikh Muhammad Zayed Artificial Intelligence University. It's fantastic. So I went back immediately next week. I said, look, immediately set up a new faculty of artificial intelligence because it has relation to the dictates, including environment and sustainability, and then contact the university and get whatever collaboration and assistance possible. And in the region, I happen to assume the chairmanship this year, and we'll work with the GCC under the chairmanship of Sheikh Excellence Highness MB that places energy transition as one of the key items. What do? We have the ASEAN energy grid. right from Laos, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Sarawak to Peninsula, back to Singapore, to Batam, to the new Indonesian capital. So you're 7, 8 countries involved in this sort of transition. But it's new technology, it's new energy, is alternative energy, and those are the issues that we address and make it a priority. Of course, it comes some digital AI, and we are now embarking, which we will announce on the blockchain, learning from here. So, humility counts in leadership. And in politics, it is a rare commodity because we think that we have all the answers. We don't.
Absolutely, sir. Humility, as you said. Now, we have another saying here in the UAE, in addition to humility. إنما القيادة بالأفعال وليس الأقوال. In other words, true leadership is in doing and not by saying. Malaysia has recently unveiled a comprehensive biodiversity strategy. And for those who know me as president of IUCN, nature speaks very loud and clear to both my heart and mind. You also announced significant renewable energy targets. Where do you see the opportunities and challenges in the implementation of these important initiatives and this incredible vision?
Yeah, okay, the challenges on the implementation of AL. And you are right, there's clarity of policies, then we embark on this program. But thus far, fortunately, because the thinking, the awareness is such, should I say, pervasive, that people do understand, unlike 20 years ago. So it is easier when we embark on this biodiversity plan, then we itemize issues. You must take note of the fact that we are, although we are not necessarily new, but as a major effort, it is new. Because Malaysia's strength, for example, now is hub for semiconductor. Not only the back end, but also the front end. Huge investments, including the latest by Infineon, largest outside Germany. But we realize that this is not enough. The ecosystem must be correct. Supply side can be confined to the semiconductor, but the ecosystem. The ecosystem means biodiversity and sustainability. And so all efforts, training, facilities, new investments, conditions imposed, and I think, and some other specific programs. But I don't foresee this as a big problem. As you said, the challenge of qiyada, leadership, to me is always to summarize the prophetic tradition of taklif, la tashrif. My Arabic is okay. Right. So it is a responsibility in the sense that how do you talk about responsibility in governance? It's not just doing, immediate policies as you think is right. But it's also sustainability, it's biodiversity. It's to correct the facade on earth in terms of the rape of the jungles and the hills, the mountains. That is why, to my mind, it is a moral imperative to proceed this with all the vigor and zeal that we have.
Thank you, sir, and extremely wise. Because as we speak about sustainability, as you've just so rightly said, it is a multidisciplinary approach. We can't think of renewable energy without preserving the forests, without ensuring that, of course, the rare minerals that are required to fuel the new energy paradigm are also done in a sustainable way. You touched on this briefly, which is this grid across the ASEAN countries. My last question to you, sir, is Malaysia's targeting 70% renewable energy for its power mix and exploring green energy exports. How do you see your country's role in developing the ASEAN's interconnected energy infrastructure?
First, I think people tend to ignore the fact that, notwithstanding all the challenges that we face and its emerging economy, we still keep burdened jungles 50% of the entire land. And it's not small feat. And it comes with a price. That is why sometimes the hectaring of some of the industrialized economies is to me quite sickening, because it is a price. But then it is a responsibility, it's taklif. We don't have a choice. But there should be some empathy, some understanding that these jungles could be used for some other development or plantations. But we said no, that's our responsibility. So that is the biodiversity. But at the same time, we cannot repeat the excesses of the past in terms of ignoring the importance of renewable energy. Thus far, in our discussions from Laos to Thailand to Malaysia to Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, we have not encountered problems. Of course, we need huge investments. I think that explains why I'm here. Yes, partly. But okay, the Japanese, keen to participate. The Chinese, cumulatively, as you know, the United States have been the largest investor into Malaysia. So we try to navigate this in a period of geopolitical uncertainties. But no one questioned, from China to the United States, and of course, naturally ASEAN, the need to support a renewable energy, including this, what we call the ASEAN grid.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for your invaluable insights. We heard the need for needed values such as humbleness, such as taklif, and making sure that we pass on the torch in terms of both responsibility and accountability. We learned the art of not just saying, but also doing, and the need to continuously ensure that we bring communities along through awareness and through opportunities for job creation. Including women. Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, sir. Thank you to everyone here for your attention, for your engagement. Let us continue to work together. As Mr. Prime Minister said, learn from one another through continuous dialogue and understanding to really construct the sustainable future that we all need. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week.